Hey guys, Otto here, back with another video. Hope you're all doing well. In this video, guys, what I'm going to do is show you a very quick and easy implementation that you can use to generate leads for free. Okay, so this is a way that if you have just started your agency, or maybe you've been running your agency or coaching or consulting offer for a while now, and you're looking for a way to consistently generate leads that are free and you're not having to pay an arm and a leg to extract them, then this is going to be the video for you. So stick around to the end and I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. Now, the way that we are going to focus on this today is through audience hacking. And if you're in this space, you'll probably have come across audience hacking before. But what I want to do is basically show you how simple it can be to actually extract leads and then use those leads to then go to market with whatever product or service you are trying to offer. Okay, and in the first instant here, in order to generate and download your first 1,000 leads or your next 1,000 leads for free, all you're going to need is three things, okay? So the whole purpose of this video is to demystify and decode really the simplicity of this process, okay? So the first thing that you need is an offer. Now, in terms of your offer, don't overcomplicate things. What we recommend at a very, very top level here at Acquisition Partner is to reverse engineer and clone offers that already have product market fit and that are working. Okay, so do not reinvent the wheel. If you need a way to create an offer, go to ratemyoffer.co, and what you'll be able to do there is add in what your offer is now or what you think your offer should be, and we will give you an instant rating on the strength of that offer and whether you should use it. And then in the community on the back end, all of our community members have access to that data too, so they can actually see what offers are oversaturated and performing or rated badly compared to those offers that are actually clonable and already have product market fit and are generating cash. Okay, so offer wise, don't overcomplicate it. Chances are if you're watching this video, you've already got an offer and you've got a gut feeling of what your offer should be. Okay, next to that is just an email address. Okay, it can be a personal, it can be a business email, ideally business email, but before you get into warming sender accounts and all of that sort of thing, just have an email address, okay? You'll already have one if you're watching this video. And finally, persistence, okay? Sounds a bit yah-yah, top level, but this is going to be important, okay? So from an audience hacking perspective, now, what's important is that you find individuals online that either have big followings or small followings or some sort of micro audience that is synonymous with who you are trying to sell your product to, okay? So this is the same for if you run a SaaS, maybe you are looking to launch an accounting or bookkeeping software. The types of audiences that you would want to get in front of, i.e. your potential buying pool, are going to be those individuals that are using already existing accounting software tools like Xero or QuickBooks, Intuit, whatever it might be. Okay, so in the case of running an agency or a coaching offer, there's going to be individuals online that you are going to see that you think, actually, my offer is kind of, tangential to what they're doing. Maybe you're a direct competitor, whatever it might be. And these are going to be the guys that you can pinpoint in order to capture their audience about, okay? Now, typically, generating leads is something that can be very expensive. It can be time consuming. Agencies will have internal teams and external, collections of VAs generating leads consistently and qualifying them. But again, this video is about demystifying that process and then just basically bringing everything down to, first principles thinking so that you don't have to outlay a load of cash consistently to generate these leads. All right. So if you look at 1,000 leads, you might be thinking, well, 1,000 leads isn't actually a lot of leads. And in one kind of case and perspective, you are not wrong. Okay, so if we do a little bit of a calculation here, if you look at any sort of cold email campaign, say you're sending out to 1,000 emails and say you've got 1,000 verified emails. For example, these guys, they've got a 72.5% open rate. So out of that 1,000, 725 open the emails. Then out of that 725, only 8.7 actually respond or click through. Okay, so in this case, 63 replies from 1,000 emails, depending on what your offer isn't that bad. Say 8.7 was your click-through rate, so only 63 individuals actually clicked, and then from there, maybe 10% of them replied. So you can start to see from a cold email perspective only how volume gets eroded and how you might have 1,000 leads and think, oh, that's plenty of leads to go after. But actually, once you put them through a cold email campaign and channel, actually once it gets down to kind of a granular level based on who opens, clicks, and actually replies, and then you go on to close, the numbers are going to dwindle. Okay, but what people kind of focus on here is cold email as one acquisition channel, and all of the best SaaS companies, all of the best agencies, international consulting firms, they don't only rely on one acquisition channel in order to generate new business. Okay, so you shouldn't do that either for your agency. So if you're just running cold email and you're just sending 1,000 dodgy cold emails or cold emails with terrible copy or whatever it might be just to 1,000 individuals, then you're not going to get results from this approach. All right, but what I want to talk to you a little bit about is how this approach is and can be very, very successful. Now, I'm going to do that in the framework of this super interesting case study here. Okay, so there's a CEO and a founder called Ryan Ellis. He's based in the States. And Alice created a company called iContact. And what iContact was at the time, and this was actually before SaaS as a terminology and piece of jargon actually existed, what Ryan actually did was build out a competitor to ConvertKit, and at the time Microsoft List Builder. So what he had built was basically an email marketing platform, a bit like you guys. If you're on my email list, we use ConvertKit and we send out emails to all of you guys to consume our content. Now, Ryan created this in a marketplace where there were already existing companies and competitors, and what he wanted to do was to cut not only his, learning curve, but also the time that it was going to take to get product market fit and get that core base of subscriber users. And instead of trying to reinvent the wheel, instead of thinking, right, I should, launch ads and build out a really complicated funnel and, go on my mind mapping tool and I'm going to send an email, then I'm going to do a LinkedIn message, and then I'm going to automate and use all these apps, whatever it might be, create loads of AI automations. What Ryan did was basically reverse engineer his goal. And his goal was to have an existing user base that paid monthly subscriptions to use iContact as their chosen email service provider, okay? And the way that he did that was he found competitors in the marketplace, so Microsoft List Builder and ConvertKit. And really fascinating and interestingly enough, what he found was that through all of the newsletters he could find, so individuals and customers of ConvertKit and Microsoft List Builder, for example, myself, he would find our subscribe landing page, and he found that using a Perl script and automation that he could basically add the number one dot to the URL in the ConvertKit subscription sign-up landing page. And from there, he could actually extract all of the email subscribers from that specific list. Now, times have changed. This is different. But at the time, ConvertKit and the likes of Microsoft List Builder didn't know that this was a hack and didn't know that actually they could, they were making this data available to enterprising individuals. All right. So what Ryan did was basically created this automation. He signed up to as many customer newsletters as possible. He extracted all of those individual first name, last names and email addresses, and then basically hit them with a 50% off limited time, one-time discount offer on his platform, basically saying, look, we know you're using ConvertKit, we're 50% cheaper, here's a code, if you sign up today, that's how much you'll pay. And this is how he got his first 500 customers, okay? And from there, he got super granular, started to figure out all of the unit economics of, iContact as a SaaS, all of his CACs, churn, LTVs, whatever it might be, one of those core metrics. But what I'm trying to do here, and the point I'm trying to make, is that from a baseline kind of foundational, perspective, Ryan had built this company. He had got kind of, loose product market fit, or at least he had a concept that he thought was going to, have a good product market fit. And from just being scrappy, he was able to actually reverse engineer who his ideal client profiles were, find the locations that they were hanging out in. And this might be for you, Discord groups, Facebook groups, we've seen success across Slack groups, whatever it might be. Go to where your ideal client profiles are, see where they're having those conversations, look where those communities are, maybe it's on school, and extract those communities based on who your potential competitors are, okay? And then what you can do is start to create tangential or, slightly different offers that might appeal to them more than actually, the offers that they're already engaging with from those competitors, okay? So what I'm going to do here is just show you a very quick way of doing this, all right? And I'm going to race through this. Now, the whole idea of this video is to show you a free way of doing it, okay? So what I've done is I've used our free Phantom Buster account. And if you don't know what Phantom Buster is just basically a way, it's existed for a number of years now. It's a way to extract a load of different automations. They have automations across all the social media platforms, Google Sheets, whatever it might be. It's a very quick and simple way to automate otherwise, admin heavy tasks, okay? So what you need to do very, very quickly here is log into Twitter. If you're not already, go to my profile and send me a follow. Go to Twitter, sign in, and then what you want to do is click Use Phantom. type in Twitter, and go to Twitter follower collector. All right. So what we're going to do in this case is basically, say we've got a product or service. We know that a lot of our ideal clients are hanging out on Twitter, and we want to basically extract those user profiles and then connect with them, create conversations, and start pitching them. Okay. So what we're going to do is go to a URL. Now I'm just going to type in somebody online. So go to Ryan Pineda, and we're going to extract his Twitter URL, so not the handle, the URL. Going to add that in here. Don't worry about spreadsheet settings. If you're uploading a spreadsheet here, you can upload a Google Sheets with a number of different URLs. So say maybe you have 5 or 10 or 100, whatever it might be. That just alludes to the scale that you can actually replicate this automation on. And then what you want to do is connect to Twitter. We're already logged in. Save that. So here what you're going to do is basically you want to take Phantom Buster's advice. I'm not going to enter anything in here just for brevity purposes, but one thing you want to be careful of is, using automations and things like that oftentimes aren't approved by these social media platforms. So you just want to be careful with the amount of tasks and the frequency in which you're automating, okay? Results file, what this is going to do at the end of the day is basically go through all of his followers here. It's going to extract those and then create a CSV spreadsheet file with all of their names and all of their profile URLs, okay? So we're going to click save. And then again here, what you want to do is just follow Phantom Buster's best use practices, okay? You don't want to ram this automation repeatedly and then get banned. Do it once, check that it's working, launch it manually, and then from there you can kind of scale and set the automation to run, on a kind of repeating calendar basis. So we're going to click save, and then don't forget to click launch. And then, like I say, what this is going to do is basically extract all of Ryan Pineda's followers. Then it's going to put those into a CSV file that we can then put into a new Phantom and start either auto-liking or auto-following, okay? So whilst we wait for that to load, what we can do is just go back to Phantom Buster and we can take a look at all of the other automations. Now, I'm not affiliated with Phantom Buster. I don't even know if they have a affiliate program. Like I say, it's just something here that if you are looking to, manage your spend, and maybe you don't have a lot of money, and you're looking for a way to download leads, this is going to be a great way showing you how to do it. All right. So this is something because there's a lot of profiles. It's going to take some time. The rate's been limited here because obviously we're doing it in a free account. But as you can see here, this is the CSV that you'll be able to download, and it shows you all of the profile URLs and their profile names over here that you can then plug into a new automation. So if I go over to dashboard, because we're on a free account, we can only have one slot. And then what you can do after you've extracted all of those URLs is go to either the Twitter auto follow or auto liker or auto poster, whatever it might be. And what this is going to do is give you an opportunity to basically plug that CSV file into here, and then it's going to automatically go and like all those profiles, follow them, interact with them, and start building a conversation with them, okay? So this is just one example of what you can do, by leveraging this kind of scrappy audience hacking technique. Now, one thing that's important is that you need to realize that one acquisition channel is probably not going to be enough for your business. It might be. Now, we have a lot of guys in our flagship program who focus all of their outreach efforts on cold email alone. And the reason that they're able to do that is that volume is really not the strategy that we deploy with those individual clients. These guys are running acquisition partner businesses. They're providing one skill to a small niche pool of businesses that are historical, recession-proof, cash-rich, liquid, and they don't actually need a huge amount of volume in order to generate conversations, close those clients, and then run a business where they're making considerable monthly recurring revenue. And really the nature of that style of business is doing more with less, okay? Other businesses, for example, might be ones where you offer, an automation or an Instagram filter or any other sort of product that's super low ticket or medium ticket, one where really you need to focus on a more volume-based approach. And then obviously leveraging more channels into your acquisition kind of strategy is going to be something that's going to really, help speed up process and enable you to close more clients on a more consistent basis, okay? So what we need to remember here, top level, and again, this video is about 3 quick and easy ways to generate leads, okay? First, you want to figure out what is your goal outcome. Like I say, it depends on what your CTA is, what you're actually asking your prospective client to do, what actions you are, influencing them to take. Second to that, what you want to do is go omni-channel, okay? So do not rely on one acquisition channel. Don't just rely on cold email. Integrate, DMs, integrate voicemail drops, voice notes, WhatsApp, Slack channels, Loom automations, whatever it might be. We've got a wealth of these different strategies inside our community. So go check out all of the resources that we've got in there. And then the final point here is that then that's the process that you then need to go through, is to refine and iterate, okay? So what you don't want to do here is basically create a beautiful and a perfect automated process that goes out to, that automates all of this process I've gone through here and links it to a great spreadsheet and then gives you the ability to, follow up automatically and then plug into your ESP or whatever it might be. Focus on being scrappy and getting the basics first. Like I say, Ryan Ellis, who actually sold his business for $169 million, so he witnessed almost a $200 million exit from creating this company. This is how he got his first 500 customers. So with a strategy like this, for free, with one email address, this is a way that you can actually create, launch, and grow your business without having to pay thousands of pounds a month for additional tools and software. So in this step 3 here, in the sort of refinement and iteration process, this might be the time that you then sign up to tools like Clay or Apollo, where you will be able to basically embellish the information that you've downloaded here for free in order to go omni-channel. Okay. Other than that, do not be afraid to go out to these individuals and these potential clients manually. 6 years ago when I launched my business, I was sourcing and contacting through manual cold emails 10 companies a day. So you'll often hear online, volume negates luck. That is true, but it only applies to specific offers, specific audiences, and specific CTAs and products, okay? So let me know what you thought of this video, guys. Let me know if you've got any questions. Drop them below in the comments box below. A lot is happening in our community. It's on Discord, so if you want more information about that, then you can send me a DM or just drop a comment below, and I'll catch you in the next one. All right, cheers, guys.